Hello, today I'm going to explain to you what auto chess is. So you've been seeing this around a lot lately. If you're wondering what this genre is, what the game is, what the gameplay actually looks like, how it works, this is going to be the YouTube video to answer all that for you. Now let's go over what this video is going to be about. Here's the video breakdown. First, we're going to have a brief history. After that, we're going to have some basic gameplay. After that, I'm going to give you my opinion on what I think about the game overall, and then we're going to wrap it up with a conclusion and some final points. Okay, so let's talk the brief history first. The game actually originated from something called Warcraft 3, which was the original RTS we probably all know. Inside of that game mode, they had something called Defense of the Ancients, which was a mod, very popular mod, that turned into Dota that we know and love today. Now, Dota has another sort of built-in in-game mode mod these days called Auto Chess. And this turned into another full-blown game called Dota Underlords. Now, Underlords is the Dota version, but many other games have been popping up recently under the same auto chess format. There's the auto chess mobile game, and most recently there's been Teamfight Tactics, which is League of Legends versions, and for the sakes of this video, we're going to be using this one as an example. Now it's time to cover the basic gameplay of these type of games. When you first load into the game, you're going to be in a giant circle with a bunch of other people. This red arrow right here is showing you exactly who I am. My name is Like, Comment, Sub. Once you're in the circle, you'll notice there's a bunch of characters and they have an icon underneath them. That's an item. Those items that you can get are extremely important in the game and they make your character stronger. But what's also important is picking the right character. This game is highly reliant upon synergy type of comps and knowing which characters work good with each other. What you'll notice in all these auto chess type games is you're going to have a hexagonal type of bracket which you can drop characters in. Once you drop the character in, that's where they're starting at, but they will move around the map. Once the battle starts, they're going to activate any of the skills that they will have that activates at the beginning of the match. For instance, this guy jumped to the farthest enemy because he's an assassin, and all assassins do that. You're going to battle the enemies, and you're going to receive rewards based upon how you do in each round. Now let me explain why. Each character is going to have two classes assigned to them, be it demon, sorcerer, assassin, glacial, etc. And this varies between games, but all games have this basic concept. These classes are going to give them unique bonuses based upon how much you're completing the deck of that class. This sort of makes the game a balance of card deck building type of game, but also of a theory crafting and action base as well. How you get characters is the bottom row every round refreshes and you can purchase different characters. Now if you purchase 3 of the same character, it will put them all together and combine them into a silver rank, which is the 2-star rank that you get from having 3 of them. And 3 2-star ranks will make a golden 3-star rank. In the bottom left corner, there's 2 options. The refresh will let you have more chances of characters, and the buy XP option will give you 4 experience, and if you level up, you can have more character slots available on the field. There's multiple drafting periods in the game. That way, it's a catch-up mechanic. You're going to notice that the people on the bottom of the list get first pick. This is to help balance the game. I am currently 3rd from the top, so I'm going to go 3rd to last, and I won't be able to pick anytime soon. After everyone gets their pick, you warp back to your side of the map, and you guys continue the game. Now, there's other bits of info I could cover here, like items, putting items together, the craft, etc. None of that's really important. I'm just trying to give you the basics of how this game works. So how you actually win this game? Well, you're going to battle other players. Now, when you battle other players, the person who wins that matchup is going to take the remaining characters plus himself. You'll notice there's your low blue characters are yourself, and you're going to apply your remaining damage to the enemy's character. And when your health hits 0, you are out of the match. There are 8 people in total. So let's start talking about my opinion, what I think of this genre, and what I think of Teamfight Tactics in particular, since we use this game as an example. I'm not an expert on this game, but my experience so far has been very enjoyable. This game is difficult, I should say, and while it does rely on some RNG of trying to get the right characters and the right equipment for those characters, there is a good amount of strategy built in this game. One part of the game we didn't even talk about is the fact that there's gold income, and the gold income can be manipulated based upon the total gold income you have. You gain interest 10% of what you have total up to 5 gold. So if you hoard all your gold, every round you get 5 additional gold, which is almost double what most people get. Now, of course, if you use this strategy, you're probably going to lose every single battle in the beginning, and other people will be getting win streaks and more additional money from winning their matches and more items. But that being said, it balances out because if you're in the last place, you get the first pick for the character when it comes to draft rounds. In all honesty, the genre has a lot of potential. It's not fully fleshed out at the moment, and in all honesty, there's not enough characters, but the game is there. The game is fun. I haven't really tried out many of the other types of games. I've heard that the auto chess on mobile is pretty good, but in this type of genre game, I like to sit down at my computer and grind out a good 3 or 4 hours and really try to learn and get better at the tactics. That being said, this game has a very high barrier to entry, so if you've never played these type of games before like myself, and you go into it, you can be very confused. It took me many hours until I even understood the basics of this game, and it took me even more hours to be able to figure out the basics enough to explain it in a video format. I mean, this doesn't even cover everything. Like, there's different types of dragons. There's this type of thing called a spatula, which you put together with another item, and it makes them a different type of class. I mean, there are so many things built into this game that it would take forever to try to figure it all out. But that's sort of part of the reason I like the game, and it is part of its charm. Now, is this game the next big thing? Is this the next MOBA, the next Battle Royale? I don't know. Maybe. Personally, I don't really think it matters very much. You'll notice there's all these different types of genres of games. I mean, we started with RTS, then we kind of went to the MOBA thing, and Battle Royale took over a while, and there's like the Clash Royale, Clash of Clans. There's all these different types of games, and we seem to be hopping from genre to genre. This one will probably be it for a little bit, but this one's not going to stick around forever, in my opinion, because the negative side of things is after you've played this game a lot, it seems very repetitive unless they continually come out with good updates. But with the mobile game genre sort of declining, it doesn't have as many viewers as it used to, and it seems to get less players on average than it used to. The other genres are expanding, and people are constantly looking for something newer, which is why we have this game blowing up at the moment. So let's start talking conclusions. If you're currently a person who either plays League of Legends, Dota, one of these games that is adding this type of game mode, you may enjoy this as an alternate game mode. If you're the type of person that has never played top-down RTS type of games, but does like games, for instance, like Hearthstone, Magic the Gathering Arena, types of games that have you put cards out on a deck and then attack their face when they don't have monsters, you'll probably enjoy this type of game as well. However, if you're the type of person who hasn't played these type of games, you don't like the top-down style, maybe you don't like the fact that you're not controlling the characters doing the fighting, you're just setting them up, or if you just really don't like games that have board style of play, this may not be the genre for you. Now, for me, one of the games I've already been playing a long time in League of Legends made an auto chess game. So for me, I've been enjoying it. Now, if I was going and playing, let's say, Dota, but I never played Dota, I probably wouldn't enjoy the game. I did take a peek at theirs. It wasn't really that interesting to me. Also, I'm kind of invested in the characters already. I like the thematics of the characters. I know the thematics of the characters, so it doesn't just feel like nameless Pokemon I'm collecting. Also, I could see this game being pretty good on mobile. The drag and drop style does handle itself well in that type of game. And the fact that the battles tend to be automatic, I mean, it is called auto chess, will lean itself to the mobile platform as well. That being said, the games take a long time. It's 30, 40-minute matches. So, at least in this iteration of the game, so I don't know if that is going to be able to be pushed down into like a 5-minute when you're in the restroom type of game. Overall, I really enjoyed the game. If I had to give it like a 1 to 10, I would give the genre itself like a 7 or an 8, and I would give the iteration that I played of this game like a 6.5, maybe a 7. I think the genre has a lot of potential. The game I'm playing itself is not bad, but it needs some smoothed out quality of life, and then honestly, it needs a few more characters. I'd like to take the last bit of this video to thank my patrons and shout them out. The people on the list here are fantastic, and they've been supporting me since day one of my first video. All your support so far has got me the microphone that we're using every day now, and your continued support is going to allow me to get a video camera. There is actually a cosplay event coming up on the 15th of November for the Fallen Order game release, and I'm going to try to go in costume and have a new camera by then, so that way I can film the whole thing. Please make sure to like the video if you did like the video, comment to let me know what you thought about it, and please do subscribe as we're closing in on 10K and you'll be notified of that subscriber special. I'd like to take this time also to thank you guys very much and say I love y'all, and I hope you have a great day.